Time management in females in sales is a very, very thing that you need to figure out how to properly manage your time because it can get very overwhelming. Don't you agree? In sales, like there's so many things coming at you so many times, and you're trying to balance everything, including family and all of that. And it can just be completely overwhelming. So I'm going to talk to you about a few tips that you can think about when you are dealing with having to prioritize your time so that you can better manage it and have less stress when it comes to sales. So, first of all, what I want you to think about is I want you to think about prioritizing your task. I took a tip a long time ago from someone who is a management. And you know how a lot of times that I don't know about you, but I'm like, if somebody calls me, I answer. If somebody texts me, I answer, right? So it's always like coming at you like nonstop, right? And sometimes you just have to break it in little pieces. And so one thing that I learned that was very helpful is like she doesn't even return her phone calls until later in the day. So she comes in and she like looks at all her email and just does that. So if anybody calls her while that happens, text messages while it happens, she just lets it all go to voicemail and then we'll literally schedule a time to call everybody back. Or just anything in general, right? So think about the things that with the 80-20 rule, what are the most important things that you need to knock off first and do that, right? So if it is phone calls, then you do that first, right? If it is emails, then you do that first, right? So try to prioritize yourself and make sure that you are looking at things that are increasing revenue first as your priority. Everything else can be done later, or if you need to get help with a VA or somebody like that, don't feel bad that you need to do something like that. That may be just something you may have to extend or get an assistant or something to help you with those things. Okay. Um, you also may think of the Pomodoro effect. I don't know if you've ever heard of that, right? Where you are working for 25 minutes, you take a break. You work for another 25 minutes and you take a break. Because sometimes you just need to take a break in between. And if you're go, go, go all the time, it can be not very good for your brain to be overwhelmed with all those different things that you have to do. So those are some things that you can think about. And then manage your routine, right? So if you are a calendar person, I like to be able to write things down because it also is good for brain memory as well. So, but just do some time blocking. Create some time blocks in your schedule for what are the most important things, followed by, including your family and all those things first, right? And then have a normal routine where you do things that are very important to yourself. However you attend to do that is where you need to put that down. So if you record videos every Wednesday, then put that down on Wednesdays and make sure that that's something that you do all the time. So, because a lot of times too, if we over prioritize our time, then we never get to the thing that is the most important thing for our business. So that's the other thing you want to be able to do. And then you want to be able to figure out, am I doing too much? And again, like I said, if you need to get a VA, if you need to get someone to help you, if you need someone to help organize you or whatever, then don't feel bad that you need to do that. But you need to learn how to delegate. And even if it's not to a VA, you need to be able to delegate to somebody else that can actually help you with the task and know that you're going to be able to get it done with their support and their guidance, right? So anytime you're just feeling overwhelmed, you need to do all of these different things that are going to help you prioritize and think and get yourself squared away so that you can really focus on the most important thing, which is revenue in the door. And if all those other things are distracting you, well, then you need to put them on some kind of priority list so that you put the top things at the top and save the other things to the end, right? Because we can get bombarded by our friends and our family and things like that too. And of course, if it's urgent, it's a family member, obviously they take priority over anything, right? But sometimes they do take a backseat to what you're doing right then in the moment. So, and learn all these things. And remember, enjoy yourself and celebrate your successes, because we can get, as women, because we tend to be the ones that take on more than we can handle. We are balancing family. We're balancing all these different things. So you need to remember to take time for yourself. Celebrate your successes. Even the smallest amount of thing that you get done is something that you should celebrate and is something that is a win. So think about these as you are prioritizing your task. And remember that it doesn't have to be overwhelming. It doesn't have to cause you a lot of anxiety. It's just you being able to be a little bit better about trying to figure out how to do this with your time. And then trust me, you will be phenomenally excited when you have more time to do the things that are more important for your business. So I hope you enjoy that. And if you want information, I have a free guide too that it's on sales that all you got to do is put guide below and I'll make sure that you get that. So